Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy.
Shut up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another waste of your time episode of I Hate Napkin, folks. Basically, the premise of this show is bring in your first world hate and just pile it on like marmalade on the toast. We've somehow survived 24 episodes. We are a tight-knit crew of hate. I am your co-host, Arik, coming to you from the heart of the deep South, Columbia, South Carolina, and I am joined by my other co-host. No, Garrett's still not here. But we are joined by special guest star, middle of the Hollywood Square, straight from Burnt Korn, Alabama, Carla.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's still Omicron Sunday.
Right, it's still Omicron Sunday, and you can tell by the mask because Omicron variant is so dangerous in Alabama. You got to wear a mask indoors. You never know when you're Basset Hound or Betsy the cat.
Hey, everybody can do what they want. I'm just saying there aren't any hospital beds, and I'm not taking any chances.
Is there anything else you want to tell us, Carla?
I really hate you. Yes.
Well,
yes.
Carla,
breaking news.
I think you.
No,
never looked better. She's never looked better.
She's never actually. She never has looked better. She's covering up her face, and it's lovely. She's covering up her lovely face.
This is the shit I put up with, people. Yes, I do want to tell you something. About a month ago, I had all of my teeth pulled because they were causing me some medical problems. And I do not get fitted for my permanent teeth for another 2 to 3 weeks. So I am not going to sit here and even let you guys see how beautiful I am with no teeth. And we're just going to move on with the show, and you're going to live with it, man babies.
That's right, the man baby. All right, Pauly from Bali, he's got words. Our sound engineer, wandering about Southeast Asia. I can tell he's got something smart-assy to say. Go ahead, get it off your shoulders.
No, I mean, I don't think anyone wants to hear how well Carla's doing, and I think we can just kind of carry on, you know?
I'm doing well enough to slap the shit out of the both of you, so move forward.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's like some superpower she has, though. But so here's what I hate. We recently went to Spider-Man 2 or 3. Big epic film, made $1 billion faster than any film in the industry. I paid $15 a ticket, plus $45 for popcorn, a soda, and whatever, a beer to go into the theater with my kid. And I gotta sit and watch ads. Okay, I like movie previews. I like watching films that are about to come out and you get the little 2 to 3 minute experience. Why do I have to watch paid advertising? Why? I paid money. I paid serious money to walk into this theater and sit my ass down and watch a movie. I don't want. It's not like it's 2 ads. It's 45 stinking minutes of ads. When are the American people going to rise up?
Well, I think Paul Reubens rose up at the movie theater, and it didn't. It didn't really.
No, that was
help.
no.
But then he came back down.
Don't they all?
In fact, I would have to say that his protest was rather flaccid in the end. His protest was rather flaccid in the end.
If your protest lasts longer than 4 hours, call your doctor.
Actually, if your protest lasts longer than 4 hours, it's probably an ad before a movie.
That's probably right.
It's also like, and I know I've said this before. I think I've said this before in here because I feel like I say it everywhere I go all the time. It's also like the stupid, stinking commercials and ads at gas station TV screens now.
Oh, I've noticed that.
Can't I just pump my gas in peace?
Well, no, Americans have to be entertained.
Yeah, but there's also ads there. Like I paid for this gasoline. are you going to give me like are you going to give me a discount? Like, I mean, I know I didn't serve in Kabul.
I was gonna say, if you're not a veteran, you have no right to ask for a discount.
Right. But I feel like there should be an option. If you're going to turn on the ad replete TV screen at the gas station, I should at least get like 6 or 7 cents off a gallon. There should be some sort of an option. Do you want to be inundated with ads? Push this button and we'll give you a discount. Because basically, somebody's paying to put these images in front of me. I'm being exposed to something again while I'm paying for it. I don't mind, like, if I even bothered to watch commercial television anymore. You know, I understand the ad process. They're putting on a show that's sponsored by somebody, so I have to endure the sponsorship. But I'm paying in these instances, and it doesn't.
Well, it's this trapped moment. It's like going into an elevator and then having like screens around you in the elevator. You're like, what's next? Like, while I'm taking a shit, are you gonna like sell me, something while I'm like taking a dump in my
I
own
swear to
bathroom?
God, you have
Pauly,
just
can you switch over to the background? Can you? Because I'm reminded that I haven't talked about our sponsors yet. So can we go to the orange seat in the background? Because somehow I neglected to say that we are sponsored by. Speaking of all these, speaking of my anathema against sponsorship, we are sponsored by Regal Prints. There you go. We got our an Asian commode in the background there for Pauly, for those of you on YouTube. So now that we can talk about ads while we are in fact taking a shit. We are sponsored by regalprints.com. That's Regal Prints for all of your advertising and signage needs in the Midlands and Columbia, South Carolina. Go to regalprints.com.
This feels
You need it?
invasive. I think you should stop. You should stop. This feels invasive. This is like there's someone's trying to pump gas, listening to this podcast, and they're being
We're
inundated.
just pumping information. We're just pumping hate.
They're getting Regal Prints, and then they see the.
We're
fucking
also sponsored by
gas
Sofa King, because there's nothing like Sofa King furniture for all of
They're-
your.
being inundated.
Also, Ruby Red Beer and Creamy THN Creamy Butter and Ruby Red Beer are also our sponsors. Basically, drink Ruby Red Beer and you'll produce THN Creamy Butter at the other end. And you can tell everybody about it with signs from regalprints.com. All right, so where was I? Yes, I hate ads. Send them on the gas pump, but especially on podcasts. No,
my own sponsor.
Carla this is like suddenly a scene out of Little Shop of Horrors.
You should have been there.
So live from Carla's oral in the background. Is that a live feed of your teeth?
No. It's a live feed of someone else's teeth, which makes it worse.
Hey, Pauly, you got one?
On my hate napkin is the dripping sink.
Ooh, I like that.
So yeah, the dripping sink is on my hate napkin.
Here we go. Pauly from Bali with this is a world release.
The toilet's in a marathon, drying out West Babylon. The dripping waste goes on and on. Drippy, drip, drip, drippy, drip. I said, don't you think about the dripping sink, the dripping waste that goes on and on. I said, don't you think about the dripping sink, the dripping waste that goes on and on. I asked you to jiggle instead to just dribble right on the seat. And now my ass is wet. And so I strum this fret. I said, don't you think about the dripping sink? The dripping waste that goes on and on. I said, don't you think about the dripping sink? The dripping waste that goes on and on. There goes two parts hydrogen.
Bridge was like an ode to Yoko Ono.
I don't
Is that
like
the dental bridge?
No.
I don't like the dripping sink.
Okay. Listen, dripping sink definitely goes on the hate napkin. Also, having just bought a new house, it's not just the dripping sink, it's just the it's not just dripping. Sinks do other things that bother you. You know, you've got the little twist cap that goes on the what is it, the end of the, I don't even know what you call it thing. So when I turn on one of my sinks, it just sprays like 15 different directions. It's like an infant when you take the diaper off. It's
Because you haven't cleaned the filter in the aerator.
Okay, well, if you want to give it a name.
I do.
Yeah, just clean the filter in the aerator. Don't be an asshole.
Right, okay. Yeah, exactly.
In keeping with the theme of making fun of my teeth, I will tell you that the cost of dental care actually goes on my hate napkin today. In order to get my teeth done here, they wanted $2,500 just to pull my teeth. And then it was another like $3,500 to $4,000 for the temporary dentures and the permanent set that's supposed to come after all the swelling goes down. So I confess, I went to Mexico and got my teeth pulled and am having my dentures made because
broke through the wall.
I did. I can't believe I wasn't stopped at the border with me looking all Mexican and everything. And $1,500 total to get all the work done. And so, yeah, so instead of spending $5,000 of Cletus's inheritance, I went and got my dental work done. So, yeah.
So another spot. There's a sponsorship in here. We don't want to miss the sponsorship opportunity.
Well, if I could pronounce the dentist's name, I would.
Hernandez?
No, I can't.
Today's episode of the Hate Napkin, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you by
Medical tourism.
Mexico, for all of your medical tourism needs. Head on down to
Matamoros.
Ciudad Juarez and other Mexico City.
No, you only have to go. All you got to do is go to Brownsville, drive over the border, in 5 minutes you're at the dentist's office.
Wow. I mean, honestly, folks, what we're talking about is what, $1,500 versus about 10?
$6,500 versus $1,500. So I say $5,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, you too can go to Mexico and save yourself $5,000 on your next big oral affair.
No, you, I would not put it that way. We're going to have to work on your delivery there, Skippy.
Oh, well, I know some who would. Listen, all things oral in Mexico are cheaper. Let's put it that way.
Well, that's kind of a given.
I know that for a fact.
But
wow,
honestly,
no, that totally, listen, obviously.
Isn't that a little ridiculous?
That might even take over sudden infant death syndrome as the number 3 spot on the hate napkin all-time list. I think cost of healthcare, period, end of story. I mean, there isn't a single one of us in the country that hasn't experienced, like for my Lagina, which that'll be a separate story. I have a 14-inch scar on my leg, cost me $85,000 when I could have gone to various bad neighborhoods in town and asked them to give me a big scar on my leg for practically free. And speaking of which, you know what? I mean, I know things are expensive here, Carla, but we would have taken your teeth out on air for free.
I don't have any doubt about that. I've
got a monkey wrench and
honestly, I can't complain. The dentist there was extremely sensitive to my pain issues that I was having. And once he finally got the pain part under control, getting them out was no problem. And, you know, and you got to appreciate a guy who gives them back to you. Come on.
Yeah, because there are other oral procedures in Mexico where you would not want it back.
That's probably true. But being a woman, I'm probably not one of those people.
You know, wouldn't it be amazing if America could act collectively and for every major medical procedure, just everybody went to a different country? So basically anything $5,000 or more, everybody did engage in a little global medical tourism. We just basically shut down the industry in the United States until they got their act together.
Well, I mean, all it was a drive. And
I think, listen, if you're going to have a baby, you should go to you should go to Toronto or Juarez. You should hop the border, have your babies over the border. Listen, you're going to have a heart procedure. You should, like, you know, buy a nice, spend a week in India, get a heart transplant. I just think
but there are things that are good in America. Like the best place to get an underage girl pregnant is South Carolina. I mean, that's where I go for that.
Oh,
I don't think that's
say
considered
Jeffrey
a medical
Epstein's home,
procedure.
but that's not really this case anymore. There's probably a Jeffrey Epstein joke in there, but we'll pass.
There are no Jeffrey Epstein jokes. Nothing about it's funny. Move on.
Oh, okay. What about his? No, never mind. Okay. Well, folks, let's see. What else we got on the hate napkin today? We've already covered ads before movie theaters, before movies at the theater, the American healthcare system as a whole. Definitely nobody argues about that. How about something small, folks? I hate pennies. I've always hated pennies. I think pennies are a complete waste of time. In fact, when I get a penny and change, I enjoy it. I walk out of the store and I kick the pennies as far. I drop kick pennies everywhere I go. If I get a penny, I drop kick it. Maybe some archaeologist 2,000 years from now will find it. There really is no purpose of the penny anymore.
No, I've seen like those 5-gallon water jugs filled with pennies in people's houses.
This has got to be a Burnt Korn phenomenon.
I guess.
This could be a new slogan for the town. Home of the penny hoarder. But seriously, let's get rid of the penny. There's no reason for it whatsoever. Round everything off to the 5 cents. And you know, and frankly, I'm tired of gas stations and other places trying to, you know, lure you in with it. Our gas isn't $3; it's $2.99. Or
right, this is the penny. This is the penny influence.
The meat isn't $10; it's $9.99. Nobody gives a shit if your product is 1 cent less. Nobody. And I think, you know, there might have been a time when, like, there was some psychological, you know, advertising trickery going on. You know, witchcraft. Ooh, if you reduce it by a penny, it says $9.99, and now it's
Wait, are you suggesting that Americans are not susceptible to psychological trickery?
Where do we go to take this revolution? Who is it? The Treasury, Congress? Who is it? Who has the power to get rid of the penny?
We do, because
the people. That's right. The people. We, the people, have the power of the penny.
We should all drop kick our pennies on the way out the door until there are no more.
Yeah, exactly. On our way to getting our teeth done in Mexico.
It's a movement.
99% of transactions are done electronically now. I mean, cash is hardly, you know, except for certain oral techniques in Mexico, cash is hardly used. Carla's ready. She's ready for the revolution. I don't know. I just think
no, it's me offering to pay you to shut up.
Pauly, Pauly, as you travel abroad in Asia, what do they even have coins anymore?
Well, I got a lot of dong thrown in my face. There's just a lot of yeah, a lot of people are throwing dong my way.
For those listening in, dong is, I think, the national currency in Vietnam and Bangkok.
It's the bahts in Bangkok, but I don't like people going near my bot. I honestly, I've never gotten that. And that actually
Oh,
goes,
in
that
Bangkok.
goes on my hate napkin is
So you get.
I
So
don't
you
want-
wait. So are you saying?
goes on my hate napkin.
So you get. So you get dong in Vietnam and bot in Bangkok.
But I don't
You better pull out the guitar for this one.
I don't want anyone going near my bot.
I don't want anybody sticking their dong up your butt.
Yeah, the
No,
problem is when you
no.
get a pocket. The problem is when you get the big wad of dong and bot mixed together. Yeah, you got dong wads. What
I've
are you gonna do
never
with all those wads of dong?
Again, ladies
Bot-
and gentlemen, I'm surrounded by 12-year-old boys.
wow.
The problem is when you find yourself in Bangkok and you can't exchange your dong. You're like, oh, can I exchange my dong for bot? I've traveled all the way to Bangkok. You're right. Even I
I'm
admit
not
we're
responsible
smoking.
for any of this. I'm just
Yeah, you're just hiding behind your mask.
darn right.
All right, so folks, by the way, we're brought to you by regalprince.com, THN creamy butter. No, we're not
Lady
sponsored
boys.
by Small
Lady
Girl.
And my
boys.
Mexican
In fact,
dentist.
Lady
we are
boys.
we're against any and all human trafficking unless it's cheaper medical procedures, oral procedures in Mexico.
There you go. However you have to put that.
So, folks,
This seems
usually
not
we
right.
finish
Something
off
seems not right
an
here.
episode. Something has not seemed right for 24. Usually we end our episodes with the question. But in fact, the only question I have tonight is how can we get out of this mess alive?
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. All right, folks, send your hate to info@thehatenapkin.com. That's info@thehatenapkin.com. And you too might be lucky enough to have Carla read your hate from her new teeth in the next episode.
And
You can have
No, Pauly, the sound engineer got cut off.
stay away from Gracie if she has an Adam's apple and is a little tall. Don't go to Gracie then.
That's right. We got several PSAs, folks, from today's episode, but most important of all, we don't like dripping sinks. We don't like ads before the movies. And we don't like pennies. And we especially can't stand it when our dong get wadded into bots in Bangkok. All right, folks, this has been another lovely episode as, of course, we go down the annals of hate.